everybody, it's Christine. It is day 3 of Christy's Beautiful Life with 30 Days of Sketches. Let me show you the sketch real quick. It is this one here by Sandra Lee. She has 3 elements up here with a couple of horizontals. It looks like a wood grain with a polka dot. There's another piece of paper down here on top of a base with the title and some florals. Now, I have this 49 and Market collection here, and this is all I have left. Technically, that's all I have left, okay? And I thought this is a perfect way to use up the last of this, or at least most of this collection. And then I found this wood grain I had bought at convention out of like a batch of them. It's called Peachy Keen, and I think it's by Fancy Pants. Yep, Fancy Pants from 2020. So it's not real old. It's the back of this ticket one, but I like this wood grain. So, but that being said, I'm not going to make the wood grain just that strip. I think I'm going to use it as my background. Then I have these florals. There's these soft colors here. There's a butterfly, but I think I'm going to end up, I'm not sure yet, because I also have this entire little set of stuff here. So I may end up using like these some way. So my goal is to try to use a lot of this ephemera and stuff like this. Now, I have not even picked my pictures, y'all. It says I need a 4x6 and a 3x4. No. I don't know. Yeah, that looks about right. I have to pick some pictures, so I haven't even done that yet. I'm going to get into I'm going to trim this stuff up a little bit so I can get myself kind of organized. I may not do those 2-size pictures because it depends on what I find. Most likely I'm going to end up with something either on my daughter or, well, 9 times out of 10 is about my daughter. Maybe my mama, maybe my sister. I don't know. I'll have to get into my stuff. But let me start cutting stuff, and I'll come back on in a minute once I pick some pictures and I start organizing myself. All right, talk soon. Okay, gang, I have trimmed my papers here, and I've decided to use the floral where the polka dots were, and I've decided to use that green kind of distressed one where the wood grain was, because I've used the wood grain as my background, as I mentioned. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just assemble these horizontal elements. I did have these 2 branding strips that I had cut off previously, and I thought these looked really good as little break points in the horizontals. One is this pink with these little stitching, and then the other one's this green with the word beautiful. Now, I struggle just a little bit with this beautiful because I have to figure out a way to put the picture and not cover up the word beautiful. So I'll have to fart around with the spacing on that picture there, which is just of my daughter. It was a selfie she sent. She'd gotten a haircut or something, and I think she was happy with her haircut. So I'm going to do a little bit of journaling about that, I think. So my upper piece up there where the 3 elements are, the kit came with these little like library card looking things or like notebook looking things. And I thought, well, this looks kind of neat as those, as a little element. And then the other little thing you see up above there is, it's a frame. It's basically one of those it came in like the punch out thing. And I thought the floral looked really pretty in it. So I went ahead and backed that frame with the floral. Y'all, I've added glue on my ATG here, so I'm going to have to order some. I can't forget to do that today because I don't mind this other little adhesive, but I don't really use it for my bigger pieces usually. So I got to remember to get that today. I got to get on Amazon. Anyways, I kind of fiddle fart with this a little bit here to get my horizontal elements down, and I actually really like how this looks. It looks really pretty. It's soft. I love the palette, and I like this little break of these horizontal elements with my 2 branding strips here. So here's where I'm looking at my picture, and I'm like, okay, here's my issue. I've got that little piece down the bottom where the title's supposed to go, but then I have my picture, and I don't want it to cover up that word beautiful. So I'm kind of messing with the spacing here. It's not a big deal. I mean, I can definitely get it down there, but I'm just kind of looking at it real good. And then on the left-hand side, instead of a second picture, which it showed on the sketch, it had like, I think it was the 3x4 is what I was saying. Instead of that, I decided to go with this postcard because I'm imagining I can put some journaling there. All right, so now I'm going to cut over because I have everything kind of glued down, and I did go and get me these titles. This was in my stash. It is by, I want to say it's by Pink Fresh, but I can't swear on it. And I decided the title is going to end up being details once I get this stuff all kind of glued down here. I like the color of it, and I thought to myself, well, okay, she's gotten a haircut, and it's a detail of our appearance or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of maybe making a bit of a leap, but anyway, the title is going to end up being details. And I will add, once I get this down, I'll actually also add a little word phrase piece of cardstock stuff from the ephemera. So I punched it out. I think it says beautiful moments. So I've kind of got this whole beautiful theme going on here. I don't know why this take me so long, other than I got the little holes, you know, in your letters that you got to poke out. I got to use my scissors to get the little holes out. I like how this title lays down there. I think that looks really pretty. I love these scripty titles, if I'm honest. I think they look really pretty when you get them on a page. All right, so I got my title laid down there. Now it's time to, I think, start building my florals. Hang on one second. Yep, I'm going to start building my florals out here. Now, most of these are fussy cut. This 49 Market set had a whole page full of like fussy cut. Well, I say fussy cut. I had to fussy cut them. They were printed on the page and they were intended to be fussy cut. And some of them are punch outs from the little cardstock punch out ephemera piece there, but most of them are the fussy cuts. And I had sat and done that. My mama showed up. We were going to go to dinner. And so I just sat and fussy cut flowers. I don't know. Sometimes I'm okay with doing a lot of fussy cutting, and sometimes I'm bored. Like I don't want to do it, but I was sitting there just chatting with her, and to keep from being too rude, I was just fussy cutting instead of like looking at a scrapbook layout. Anyway, I'm just kind of filling out my little clusters here. I got leaves, I got flowers. There's a couple over there that I thought to try to use. They're on like a stem. It's white. There's actually, I think, even a pink one over there. But I don't actually use the ones with the stem. They don't really feel right to me. Once I see, there you go. I'm trying it. But I don't think it looks right. I go, nope, you don't look right. You don't go on there. So that's going to go back in my stash. I do a really pretty decent job, I think, of using up most of my stash. I only have just a little bit of stuff to go back in my little envelope and stick into my floral section of my scrap rack over here. I do pretty much use pretty much all the papers. I was really proud. That was kind of my goal on this one, was to try to use up pretty much all the papers. Here's where I got the little chipboard, or I keep saying chipboard. It's not chipboard. It's just the thick cardstock little phrase there. And I'm kind of moving it around, trying to decide where I want it. There's one that has a little more organic edges, and I think it says Beautiful Moments or whatever. That one's okay. I don't have any trouble using that one. It's the other one up above there that it has more like sharp edges, or like it's been cut or something. I didn't cut it. I think it actually came that way, but it's like it's more sharp edged, and I'm struggling to figure out where to put it because I don't want the edges to show. It looks a little strange. And then I do have these two little ticket looking things. I thought, okay, these look kind of cute up here. So again, I'm really just trying to use up all this ephemera stuff. So I kind of put that up there, and I think, okay, that looks kind of cool. I like that. Nothing's really glued down yet. I'm still just dry fitting all this stuff, and I'm going to go off camera because it will take me just a few minutes to glue all these flowers down. And I'll use my Nuvo glue and glue most of it down, and then a little bit of foam on some of the edges. I did try that floral wreath. I like it a lot, but it's not going to work there. Nowhere. So I have glued everything down with my Nuvo glue, and then I've put my foam up underneath the edges of leaves and stuff like that. And I realized I want to put some of these little enamel dot looking things, and I'm just going to kind of put these throughout. I start with some of the bigger ones, and I've got both the green and the pink. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put these throughout. I do like these because they're shiny, and so far I've got, just all the like paper texture, and I do like these a lot. I think these are really pretty. I got like the little butterflies on there and stuff like that. It's a really gorgeous collection. I love this color palette, and it just all comes together so nicely. And I'm just going to kind of make my way through these little dots here. I don't put a ton on here. I think I put, I don't know, 6 or 7, something like that. Just kind of sprinkled throughout. And I really like how this looks. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else I do after this. I don't even think I add any mixed media. I might should have added a little shimmer, but I didn't. I just went ahead and put my little enamel dots in here. And he's just going to get tucked in. I'm trying to put them, the bigger ones and stuff, I try to tuck them in and just kind of add a little, little peekaboo. What am I doing here, y'all? I guess I'm still working my way through these little enamel dots. There's plenty to choose from. Now, that does go in my little stash of enamel dots. That doesn't go back in with this specific collection because I know I can make a way to use these at some point in the future on another layout. And I guess I had some down here in the lower left. I think I put 2 little small flowers down there. I don't remember now, to be honest with you. The sketch showed that, but I needed my postcard to have a little something on there. I'm pretty sure, actually, maybe now that I think about it, this sketch didn't have it, but I needed it on there. And there's Miss Saturn. She's sticking her face all up and stuff. It is weird to me when I've got the film sped up how quick she looks to move, because she's not usually moving that quick, y'all. It's kind of funny. And that's about all I'm going to do here. So I'm going to look at this thing just a few more seconds here, and then I'm going to cut over and do the slowdown for you. And anyways, that's the day 3. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the, well, I guess it's not terribly slow. Sorry about that, y'all. Check out the playlist below so you can see all the ones playing along, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.